So we've tried to make it as streamlined as possible
Yeah.
for business owners. We know business owners are busy, and so typically it starts out with a survey, essentially, where you can go in and kind of answer those threshold questions to determine, hey, does this even make sense for us to look at? And if it does make sense, then we have a process where you can upload documents such as your payroll reports, your 941s, your gross receipts information, your profit and loss, things like that, and give us that information to determine, are you eligible, look at your locations, determine which government orders might apply. You're assigned an accountant to your account that you'll have a conversation with and kind of go over all of that. And then we really have kind of a streamlined process just to make it as easy as possible. And then, of course, Janine and I get involved when when there are some difficult questions to answer and we have to really kind of dig in and look at those government orders. We take a really close look at your business and make sure that, we're not leaving any stone unturned.
Yeah, and then there's also the quality control review side. So once we determine qualification, we calculate and substantiate that credit, making sure we have the proper documentation. And that's where we also get involved from a quality assurance standpoint, is making sure that anything that we have calculated is correct, making sure that we feel it's properly substantiated. If we need to go back for any additional information, we do reach out to the client for that information. And then, of course, making sure there's no overlap with any other government incentives like the PPP loan. And then our CPAs work to actually claim that, have you complete that form, and we file it on your behalf to make sure that we're filing that Form 941X properly.
And then from there, we continue to monitor it.
Yes.
And so as we've talked about, there's so many delays with the IRS in general. This is no different. In fact, I think there are even more delays and complications because it's a new tax credit. It's a new process that they're having to deal with. I know they've hired a bunch of people. They're trying to train their people on how to process these credits and get these refund checks to clients. And so an important part of the ERC Pros process is that monitoring to make sure, the IRS gets what they need in order to process the credit, they're processing it, and then that the client actually gets that refund check.